Hamilton thing.
trending news headlines here in just a moment. One of the stories I saw, man, this sucks, man. This kid, he was just doing a lemonade stand, and you know how I always feel like, I gotta stop.
You have lemonade guilt.
I do. I do. I have lemonade guilt. Whenever I see these little kids, I'm like, oh man, they're going through all this effort. And, people give me crap for not having much empathy, but I do for kids with lemonade stands and Burger Kings that don't have any customers.
Yeah.
That's
exactly.
so
Like,
sad.
I never see a lemonade stand. Like, I haven't seen one.
You're not really living in areas, because you haven't been living in areas
live in a
where
kid
it's
zone.
like, suburbia, families, that kind of stuff. Because like now, where you live now is more conducive to that. But for the longest time, you were living more like in the, Whole Foods on the first floor of the building that you're living in kind of place.
Yeah, but
it's like kids are going to have lemonade stands there.
Kids would set up their lemonade stand in front of the apartment door or something like that,
Yeah. Well, anyway, so this kid, he was doing this lemonade stand, and it's like full grown-ass man shows up, gives the kid $100 counterfeit $100 bill.
Wow.
Yeah. And then, he asked for the exact change. The kid gave him $85 real dollars. And so he took off with the kid's money.
Hold on, the lemonade stand.
Had $85 in change.
Well, I guess maybe the parents are helping him out, obviously. But I felt so bad for this kid. Here's the kid.
You can't hear that.
I'm gonna find that punk ass
Oh, no, you can't. No, you can't. All right, here we go.
The texture doesn't feel good. Very disappointed and like very sad. He just came over and just took my last money that I was working on all day.
That sucks.
Right, now you feel bad for that kid?
Yes.
Well, he'll get a GoFundMe and get $1 million.
Well, it's funny you say that. Because somebody set one up, and it's already got $15,000
Of course.
for this kid.
15 grand. Make
15 grand.
I think they're in cahoots.
Oh, a setup.
Cahoots.
Don't believe it. Yep.
Yep.
I don't believe the story for a second.
You think they're cahoots?
Yeah.
I think cahoots.
I think you could be onto something,
It's funny
right?
because the guy who did the fake GoFundMe for the quote, the homeless guy that gave him his last $20 for gas, he just got 5 years in jail.
Yeah, exactly.
That's scam. So this little kid better watch
This
that.
little kid is headed to jail.
Yeah. This kid is getting life.
Well, they put this video out there. He was caught on camera with the sunglasses and the whole thing.
That's why I'm saying that's cahoots. They had the whole plan.
I know, but like, so what if they capture this guy? What if they recognize this guy and he's still going to be charged for ripping him off? Or they're all going to prison.
They're like, dude, sunglasses ought to do it.
Sunglasses.
They're never gonna find me.
Yeah,
They're cahoots.
They're all
They take him to the police station.
I smell a rat.
Hey, wait, hold on. It's like, not to pile on this sweet little 11-year-old boy, but I'm looking at the photo that they released of this alleged counterfeiter, and this lemonade stand is a kid on the side of a 5-lane highway with 2 coolers and a bunch of Gatorade and soda.
That is not a lemonade stand.
This is the person outside the stadium that's selling waters and beers.
Or like, candy for the flight.
This is beyond cahoots.
This is dumb cahoots. It's got 2 coolers. It looks like a banana box. There's no homemade lemonade. There's no lemon. There's no sugar. There's no delightful pictures.
Right.
I heard he was pushing drugs.
I heard he was pushing drugs.
And he's a pimp.
I mean,
That's what I heard.
I did something similar when I was a kid. Like, I had like sodas and other like
DVDs.
No, I didn't have it. I did have some like homemade iced tea, and then I also had like cans of soda and stuff like that. So when I go to visit my dad, and I'd be hanging out at the racetrack all summer while he's working with horses and everything else. I would sell all that stuff to the people who were working, so that I'd have money for the arcade. Right, and so like get some arcade money.
Did the racetrack not have concessions?
No, they did.
Oh, you did? So Woody was undercutting concessions.
Yeah. I was more convenient because I was over there right by the stables and stuff like that.
Had the price match guarantee.
But I'm here now.
I had a frequent shopper card too. I offered.
Yeah, the whole lemonade stand headline is very misleading.
Mega fake news.
Wow.
You'll
That's
say
up to my
Raven
heartstrings
was
in the
right.
beginning. Yeah.
Raven called it.
15 grand?
Yeah.
They should have a thing on GoFundMe, like you meet what he got robbed of, and then it stops. You know? 15 grand?
Well, I mean, you could throw some on for processing and
Sure.
Damages.
interest.
Let's say all this is true. All of
The
it.
cahoots. Yeah.
The coot. No, not the coot.
No,
Take
No,
this
no,
as
no, no.
It's like a legit story, okay?
Sure.
Like, how do you have that mentality that you're just such a piece of human garbage that you give fake money to kids?
To a kid.
And then you're okay with it. And you can sleep at night.
What about those guys that were busted? They were ripping off the Girl Scouts in front of the grocery store with all the cookies.
Right.
Yeah.
I know, and then you go home and you're like, cool.
So you
Yeah, dude,
celebrate
$5.
that?
Yeah.
I know, how do you look in the mirror?
Look at all these cookies we got from these Girl Scouts.
Yeah.
Right? Girls.
Wait, we
Any
ripped off those
pride.
girls. And it's awesome.
Speaking of stores you feel sad for, I always feel sad for like rug stores. Like, how do they stay in piano stores?
Piano stores, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Well,
No one's ever there.
nobody.
look all those rugs, Greg. You'll find some kilos in there.
Probably.
That's a lie.
They're fronts.
Yeah. Open those pianos.
They're in cahoots with drug dealers.
And this pimp kid.
Are we the conspiracy theory show all of a sudden?
No.
On all these stories?
I'm sorry, Woody, but like every story that comes down the pike, you're like, I don't believe it. I don't for that rubbing off.
The man who called fake on the Michael Jackson documentary.
Oh,
This
yeah.
guy's
Right.
R-worded.
Innocent AF. Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson's a
anything.
good dude.
And look, Alex Jones is in trouble, so someone needs to take over the
dude.
conspiracy theory.
Yeah, Alex Jones. $49.3 million he's got to pay
Oh,
to the
but
parents
he's
of a first
bankrupt.
grader from Sandy Hook Elementary.
Right.
They'll
Yeah.
find that money somewhere.
Where?
I don't know.
You
He's
think
not.
Alex
He's
Jones
not.
has $49 million?
They said in one day he got $800,000.
That was the most. That's like saying Raby's annual salary is whatever one casino winning was.
Right.
It's $365.
Don't take up for Alex Jones.
Oh,
I'm just saying.
Just 2 seconds ago. You were saying.
Alex Jones is a proven douche.
Yeah, it's funny. He's been doing this for decades and decades and decades.
Yeah.
Finally got caught up.
And he's still facing 2 other defamation lawsuits from Sandy Hook families. One in Texas, one in Connecticut. So this is just the beginning. $49.3 million.
But what are his fans going to do? These people who believed so hard.
I don't know, man. That's where they go. You're the guy who's always on these conspiracy theories.
Next thing that they go to for this?
And Pat Menace has always said that Alex Jones
Like,
is
who's the
fans.
next one? Like, who's the next big conspiracy theory guy? Like, either
They
on
need
YouTube
this.
or a podcast or...
I don't really think there's anybody on the forefront right now. I think it's just like, people.
I guess we're here to fill that void.
That's what I'm saying.
Underground into these forums and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Until there's a leader.
Yeah. Is that why you're always making fun of the 4chaners?
Oh, I call them losers that live in their mom's
Yeah.
basements. Pat Menace.
Add Woody Producer on Twitter. Add Woody Producer on Twitter. Says that they're the worst.
We're gonna take a break. We got some more. We got some more trending news headlines coming up. Your calls 877-44-WOODY. That's 877-44-WOODY. Or hit us up with a text over to 22987. More Woody Show. Woody's up next.
Alt 98.7.
We know what you love. Pizza and the Killers. Then this week's for you.
Alt 98.7 has your tickets to see the Killers. At Bank of California Stadium, August 27th.
Then one lucky winner and the guests will fly to New York City to see the Killers again at Madison Square Garden. And they have pizza at Madison Square Garden. Hello everybody, this is Brandon Flowers from the Killers. Win tickets all this week to see us at Bank of California Stadium and a chance to see us again in New York City. In the Big Apple, NYC.
Win tickets every hour this week from 9 a to 5 p.
How do you like them apples?
From LA's new alternative.
Oh, 98.7. Thanks to Island Records.
Hi, welcome to IKEA. Talk.
Doc?
Talk to our loyal IKEA family members with lots and lots of...
Yeah, that was the last word.
Is that right, Nate Dogg?
And I'm super duper fly. I be the greatest, I know the weightedness, and I wanted this to be elaborate and so strenuous. Then you just fly by and insane. You want another piss, ain't you? That's the way that you move a his ain't. I know you feeling all the hurt inside, but won't you talk to a player? Let me help out your pride. I'm like a counselor, a pastor, a priest, or a psychologist, a shrink, or a freak. Pete, see my technique, I remain skater boots, and I'm the rip against the loop, and I ain't afraid to shoot, and I love to jump too. Beat as I slide up the street. I'm from the LBC, and I don't know what y'all have heard about me, but I'm a CRIN with some DIMP too. I'm a real pimp player from the 213 crew. Now look here, fool, if you gon' bang or hang with the dog, you best to get in. I'll add a Nate Dogg riding in my car, and I'm listening to the radio. I'm listening to a sad girl sing about her. She got her heart broke. People reaching for stars. I just want me something natural. That right there. Girl, only gets mighty cold. Don't act as if you did not know. She let me play with her with a mink. Gotta think my dish stinks. Stacey Adams with a drink. Pockets paddle, they come from break. So what the ladies wink? You the one in the Mercedes shotgun with the thing. Coachella watching the Lion King. Crying and things. Cause I'm with Snoop and Nate singing, rhyming and things. I'm out late cause I'm burning the change. I ain't with dime for days. Cock back and I'm trying to aim at everything that be hating my fame. Since regulate, been lacing the game. Ain't no mistake in the game. 2-1 mother effing riddle, sipping on the sizzle. And that's the shizzle. 4 times for the riddles. You know he's gone. Everywhere we go, you know who was on. You can tell by the cone. Champagne, caviar, bubble back. I say I love you, and I like my car.
Use it on data running it.
Let's see the Killers at Bank of California Stadium. Coming up on Saturday, August the 27th.
Very nice.
We got some keywords to send you to the iHeartRadio Music Festival this morning. Also, WWE WrestleMania tickets for WrestleMania coming up April 1st of next year. They're at SoFi Stadium.
Sweet.
All right.
It's a little ways up at the WrestleMania 39 launch party at SoFi Stadium, which is happening this Thursday. That's sold out. So there's nothing we can do for that, but we could get you set up with these WrestleMania tickets for next year. So that's happening here on The Woody Show this morning, 877-44-WOODY. Send us a text over to 22987.
Oh my God, I love this news.
The Woody Show.
Local news. It's so local.
And let's get a headline closer to home here in the state of California.
Well, a well-respected nurse is now behind bars after she fired a handgun into her neighbor's apartment last week.
Oh,
no.
Catherine Pugh, who works at Huntington Health in Arcadia, had a feud with her downstairs neighbor on Sunset Boulevard, something officials just call an apartment-related issue.
Okay, terrific.
A feud.
Some sort of feud. So last Monday, Catherine was at home in the afternoon, allegedly drunk, and something happened that angered her. She fired shots into her own apartment floor, going straight through the apartment below. And when police arrived, they found the holes in the apartment ceiling that led to Catherine Pugh's floor. Also found 2 handguns registered to Catherine. So she was arrested for discharging a firearm at an inhabited dwelling. Bail was set at $250,000, but a judge then ordered her held without bail.
Wow.
So she's going to be in court later this week, even though she has no criminal history.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
Discharge. Nice.
Yeah, exactly.
A way to be a
Discharge.
kick-ass nurse.
I'm questioning the whole well-respected thing. This shooting at your neighbors through the floor doesn't come out of nowhere.
I know.
Well, she has no criminal history. She's won awards in the
Well,
past.
you know, it wasn't that chick who was like going 100 miles an hour and killed those 6 people. She was a nurse too, right?
Oh, the car crash person.
Yeah.
I think so. What's up with these nurses these days?
Nurses,
Tripping.
Yeah, nurses be tripping.
Nurses be tripping.
under a lot of stress.
Yeah, exactly. That's what's going on, Woody.
All right, it is the Woody Show. It's all 98.7. Good morning.
Morning SoCal traffic sucked just a little less since 2021. Klein Alley Show, K-Rock.
Cleveland, Ohio, the home of the Browns and their masseuse-loving quarterback, Deshaun Watson.
I think you mean the Doo-Doo Browns.
They are the host city for this year's American Massage Therapy Convention. And it's taking place just a few blocks from where the Browns play.
Sweet.
You can't make that up.
The speed trap ahead.
The keynote speaker will be Olympic swimmer Michael Phelps.
Michael Phelps. You know how, certain events have beware of this guy, and it's Seabass's picture. Well, this one has beware of this guy, and it's Deshaun Watson's picture all over the place.
Proof that God has a sense of humor.
Beware this guy. He is not permitted.
That's how you make money. Just FYI, after you win the Olympics, you speak at the massage convention.
They're paying good money for that too.
Really good money.
I wonder how much you talk to the Woody Show.
You can find what? Give us like a TED Talk?
Right.
Michael Phelps?
Yeah, give us a...
That would rule.
Dude, we always say that thing every once in a while, like, what was the fattest thing you've done lately? Like, that guy, when he's training, like, what he eats in one day is incredible.
Yeah, like 15,000 calories.
Let's call them pizzas.
So lucky. Yeah. And then he stays skinny.
Okay, but then he has to swim for 6 hours.
Like 25 hours a day.
I know.
For 6 hours?
Yeah.
So you're not swimming like he's swimming.
So wait.
You're floating.
So whatever happened to that whole thing that you can't exercise a bad diet or whatever. I forget exactly what the term is. Like you can't out-train a bad diet.
Right.
So, he was eating like pizzas and burritos, and it wasn't like 15,000 calories.
Right, but his metabolism was going 1,000,000 miles an hour.
I think that's good advice for the general public. Right. You're talking about just
he's an Olympic athlete.
Right.
Yeah. Well, that's let's say teenagers.
Sure.
You're teenagers, especially if you're playing sports.
Greg, what do you ate up and down everything when you were a teen?
I was eating 2 apple fritters a day, and that was before 11 in the morning. And then I ate like non-stop, but I was also swimming 6 hours a day.
Yeah, like The Rock gives himself that one cheat meal.
Oh God, it's so good.
Yeah, he tried In-N-Out Burger for the first time ever, which I find hard to believe. Like, that's the first time you ever had In-N-Out?
Yeah. He had that thing a couple years ago where he had like some candy for the first time.
Wow.
15 years or 20 years or something like that.
Really?
Yeah, but I figured In-N-Out would have been one of those things that you at least would have tried. I mean, it's not like he never eats anything.
Right.
It's not like he
some of that stuff that he makes is like unbelievable. Those cookies. And
right. Pancakes.
The pancake. Oh yeah, those look so good.
And let's not forget, for the first 30 years of The Rock's life, he was much chunkier than he is now.
Right.
Yeah.
And traveling the whole time for wrestling, especially. You think that's what he's saying. At one point, he was to stop over.
Yeah. What else is going on in the news, Greg Gorey?
Well, at least 9 people were injured during a shooting in downtown Cincinnati early yesterday morning, or maybe it was 2 shootings. The details are really murky. Could have been 2 shootings. They were in separate areas of the central business district of downtown Cincinnati, and police haven't confirmed whether these shootings were linked. The 9 people were shot in the lower parts of their bodies, so none are in critical condition, luckily. As for the shooter or shooters, one was shot by an officer with one of those so-called bang balls. So that's a non-lethal weapon. They call it bang balls.
Bang balls.
Right. And then that shooter ran off, and then no more info was given about the victims or the suspect or suspects. But the latest is, as of this morning, the police say that they are looking for 2 shooters. Or that's what they say. They're looking for 2 shooters in that Cincinnati shooting. Again, 9 people injured, they say, to the lower extremity. Also, there was this absolutely crazy case of road rage that was caught on video in Australia by a shirtless guy who has a pretty decent body. Just went. Just putting that out there. Decent body. Nothing for him to be angry about. Just throwing that out there. He just went ape-ish with the most stereotypical Australian thing imaginable. It was a boomerang. And then in the video, you don't know what led to any of it. You see him go up to this car. He's screaming at the car, smashes the side view mirror, and he is berating the driver and the passenger over getting vaccinated, which is so a year and a half ago.
I know.
He also headbutts the mirror, hits it with the boomerang. Right, then the boomerang breaks, so he whips out another boomerang. He's got a backup booming. He yells out, "You effing piece of ish!" And then he punches the window, slams it with the palm of his hand until the window breaks, grabs the guy by the neck and says, "You've both got the vaccine and it's cost a life." Whatever that means. So it's all kind of taken out of context. The driver tells him to leave him alone as the crazy boomerang guy is walking away. So the video is crazy. You can find it online, I'm sure. Australian madness at its best. Again, armed with not one, but two boomerangs.
Pulls it out of the pouch.
All right. So random.
I wonder if they're having conversations this morning in Australia about boomerang control.
Probably. Right? Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, they sell them at the Air Force, so.
We gotta do something about these boomerangs.
Right.
Piece in a meme or something.
I love it.
Can we buy some boomerangs on Amazon for fun?
Sure you could.
For what?
I don't see why
I
not.
mean, I had them when I was a kid. They're fun. Not in the studio.
I remember my dad took a business trip to Australia and came back with a wooden boomerang.
That's
Absolutely good.
We got it to work pretty well.
Really? I could never get mine to work. I sucked at
You
it.
probably just had a show.
It was terrible. Yeah, I think it was all painted and
not
beautiful.
pro.
Yeah, it wasn't for throwing. There's a sandwich shop in Quincy, Illinois, and it's called Psycho-rific Sandwich. And they're getting a lot of criticism from the public over the names of a few of their sandwiches. Names like bipolar, and there's another one called anorexic. And the owner of the place says that he has been told that the names are offensive and that they make fun of health disorders. But he says they're actually meant to promote mental health awareness.
No, they're not.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah, his Italian beef called the schizo. That's
Yeah.
Now
I'm aware.
now you're aware.
Now you know.
Of mental health. But either way, he's caved. He said he's going to change the names of his sandwiches, and he has already gone to the printers to have new menus printed up, and the sandwich shop will reopen this Friday, and he will have new names for
Nice try, buddy.
for his subs.
Okay, the number 8, which is a Philly steak and Swiss, green peppers and onions. He calls it the Alzheimer's.
Oh,
Okay. He should have waited it out
I'm
and
aware.
see what the effect was.
They should have put on there like it's got
Getting Woody.
that's the Alzheimer's. And then for the anorexic, he has one called the anorexic. There should have been nothing on it.
Get it? Listen at people.
So it could have been like like a pizza sub with like roast beef randomly on it.
Yeah.
Like sucks.
Yeah.
By the way, it's old-timers, not all. If you're going to make fun of Alzheimer's, I've always heard, why would it's all-timers mean? Old-timers.
Right.
Come on, guys.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of people think it's all-timers, like the all-time hit list or the all-time, it's like, it's not all-timers either.
People think it's Alzheimer's?
What people?
Yeah.
No, I think that's
You hear people say it that way. They say
really?
The same way that some people don't take it for granted. It's just one of those things.
Those people are mentally ill.
They should have a sandwich.
Yeah. They should eat a psycho-rific.
Yeah.
All right, 877-44 Woody's the phone number. Want to hit us up this morning? Send a text over to 22987. We'll be right back.
Sit tight. Stop messing with the show. We'll be back soon. Call 98.7. LA's new alternative.
So your next job is scheduled to start, and your client wants the building painted yesterday. That means...
What's your one thing? The Employment Lawyers Group, the alternative employee lawyers, representing employees since the grunge days of 1993. 877-525-0700, fighting for employee rights with an alternative edge. The Employment Lawyers Group.
With an alternative edge.
Kelley Blue Book is the one-stop shop for pricing, clearing, selling, and instant cash offer. Instant cash offer is exactly what it sounds like. An official offer to buy or trade your car. Just enter your VIN or license plate, answer a few questions about your car's history, and what kind of condition it's in. In minutes, you'll receive an offer to sell or trade your car that you can be sure is fair. Then choose a dealer to purchase your car and schedule a time to meet. For all of the its, KBB.com.
At Charmin, we heard you shouldn't talk about going to the bathroom in public, so we decided to sing about it.
They tell you.
I mow first, then I...
About
every make and model, plus wheels, lug nuts, jack stands, and more. 122 million parts. Do they have tissues? Oh, good, because I'm definitely a crier. Get the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors. Let's ride.
If you buy too much, you waste money. If you come up short, you waste time. And if you don't have the right metal, you waste time and money. You've got to spend wisely. Metals Supermarkets has the experience, knowledge, and inventory to get the job done right the first time. No matter what project you're working on, Metals Supermarkets is your first choice for any metal. Cut to size and ready fast. We also offer fast delivery and no minimum order size. Visit Metal Supermarket stores serving Anaheim and Pico Rivera or metalsupermarkets.com.
There's a highway that stretches across the 93 days of summer, where worship isn't offered to the sun, but to the smoking tire, the S-curve, and the spin turn. And if you ride it, make sure you do it in a Dodge.
Oh my goodness,
Because are the ones between drivers and demons. Welcome to Highway 93. Dodge is a registered trademark.
You know those amazing LA spots that only true locals are in on?
Shut it.
Thank you for that. Thanks for the reminder. Meat and Fat here, one of our many nicknames. Appreciate the father-son team, the tandem father-son team listens to the show every day. Oh, well, what is your middle name? I know it's not really...
It's Khazul.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Khazul.
Oh, I got the first part right.
Yeah, he nailed it. Almost got it exactly right. That's how you can tell if you have COVID. Say Omar's middle name. If something comes out in the middle, it's probably COVID. That's how you know.
I was thinking, man, those Middle Eastern countries had it rough during COVID, man, because their language is just, yeah, all the spit particles everywhere.
Just non-stop.
Yeah.
So once again, the correct pronunciation of Omar's middle name is what now?
Khasul.
Get it straight. Just remember that. Okay?
And by the way, my last name correctly pronounced is Khan.
Whoa,
So
Khan. It's Khan.
So say your name the way that it's supposed to. Because I don't want to do that thing where we.
You can't even do it.
I don't want to.
Omar sounds like it's got a weird kind of like, pronunciation to it. But I know it's Omar Khasul Khan.
Okay, from now on, that's how we'll address you.
7. And everybody who wins tickets to that also gets qualified to go see them again in New York City at Madison Square Garden. That's in October.
That's cool.
And not just tickets to the show, but also round-trip airfare for you and a guest, 2 nights hotel. We are getting set up.
Excellent.
And you can win all day today, every hour, starting in the 9 o'clock hour this morning all the way through 5 o'clock this afternoon here on Alt 98.7. Plus some Chromebooks. We got those. Nice. That we're giving away. Metis is a big fan of the Chromebook. I've never really used a Chromebook. My son does for school.
Actually, the one in the studio you see me use every day is a Chromebook.
It's a Chromebook. Now, can you run Windows on those?
Yeah.
Just like the Google platform.
There is a couple different versions that you can.
Because my son asked me to help him out with like a setting or whatever on the one that wasn't Windows, and I felt like my grandparents. Because when you go like from a PC to a Mac, there's a bit of a learning curve on how to do stuff on Mac compared to PC. But yeah, it was the same thing with the Google Chrome thing. But yeah, Chromebooks, we've got those for you. There's a couple to give away. One this hour at $5.50 that you can win, and then another one at $7.50 this morning here on The Woody Show. 877-44-WOODY is our phone number. You can hit us up with a text over to 22987. Our buddy, comedian Jim Florentine, he's got all those terrorizing telemarketers albums that we've played little clips from before.
Love it.
If you haven't heard them, you should check them out. I mean, he was like just signing up for like every call list. And so he would just wait for these telemarketers to call him and just mess with them.
Right.
But check out what this dude is doing to mess with people who send spam emails.
Oh.
Because they waste everyone's time. So he came up with a way, waste their time for a change. So he gets an email where someone's asking him to do something like to sign up for their service to boost web traffic or whatever, it could be anything. And he copies and pastes just a generic response, something along the lines of, hey, sounds exciting, I'm down for it. But then he needs them to leave their information in a special form, and he puts a link in there, and it requires them to set up an account with an email and a password, like when you sign up to, comment on a website or whatever. Okay. But he has it set so it will never accept their password, and there's just an endless list of reasons why, like, the password must contain at least one number and a characters, it must include a U.S. zip code, must end with a dog, like just random stuff. And so then the best of all, he gets a report showing how much time they spent trying to pick a usable password.
Love it. And it just never works.
It just never works.
Oh, that's great.
It's kind of like anything technical for Greg. It just never works.
It never works.
I feel like the callers are way back, and now the text messages, the spam ones, are now doing like these personal messages where you think it's from a friend, and they're trying to scam you.
Or just dude, I've gotten a ton of text spam.
I got one from Viagra. That's nice. I clicked the link.
Yeah,
I'll take it.
Be there on Thursday. It is The Woody Show. It's all 98.7. Good morning.
Well, I took a walk around the world to ease my troubled mind. I left my body lying somewhere in the sands of time. Well, I watched the world float to the dark side of the moon. I feel there's nothing I can do.
was talking about that guy that's wasting the time with spam emailers.
Yes.
Mentioning Jim Florentine and terrorizing telemarketers. Here's a little bit from one of his terrorizing telemarketer CDs.
Hello? Jose? Yeah. Don't give me your call. Credit counselor? Hello? Hello? Yeah. Hey, dude, you still on the phone? Yeah. All right, because I got to call my brother and find out if he had a good New Year. Yeah, I'm still on the phone. Okay. Hello? All right, do you have a few moments? Or? Yeah, I have a few moments, yeah. Yo, you still on the phone? Yeah. Okay. That consolidation is a program. Yo, you still on, dude? Yeah. You on the phone? Yeah. Okay. It was developed to help consumers pay for debt. You still on the phone, bro? Yeah. All right. But if you want, I'll give you a call back. No, this is fine, actually. I got to run out to work a little bit, so I got to get this over with now. It was what? Developed what? That consolidation is a program. Yo, you still on? Yeah. Okay. That consolidation is a program. Right. Oh, you still on the phone? Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Cool, man.
So good.
So good. There's so many good ones. You would just sign up for like every single list. That's Jim Florentine terrorizing telemarketers. You should definitely check that out.
This is the Woody Show.
That's a jumping song, honey. I want a beautiful dancing song, honey. You know the nice ones, honey. The Woody Show.
Hi, welcome back. Hey, everybody. It is the Woody Show. It's Monday morning. We got Bullet Train. That was the #1 movie this weekend. Yeah. Is that the one with, what's his face? Brad Pitt?
Brad Pitt.
It is with what's his face.
Bad Bunny.
Couldn't remember who was in that. And congrats to Ravi's favorite movie of the year. She called it Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah.
Has beaten Titanic to become the 7th highest grossing movie ever domestically.
Ravi's obsessed with Top Gun.
She won't stop talking about it.
We get it.
Top Gun this, Top Gun that. It's like that and Rambo are two favorites.
Rambo.
Anne Heche crashed her super sweet Mini Cooper into the garage of an apartment building, ended up in the hospital with severe burns.
It's a
Really weird
story.
story. Yeah, people tried to get her out of the car, but instead she backed up, and then she took off, then she crashed into a house. She almost drove all the way through it.
And she kept
caused a
circling
fire.
The neighborhood or something like that?
Yeah, just destroyed the house, basically.
I don't know.
Well,
people are trying to imply that she was, allegedly.
So the reports are she's intubated but expected to live. TMZ posted a picture of her in her car before the crash, and it looks like there is a bottle of booze like in the center console. Now, the day before the accident, a new episode of her podcast dropped where she was pretty wasted, but that had nothing to do with the accident.